getting crappy orchids from a so-called nursery is never pleasant. So this time, let's check out the LAELIA Lundii, Cerulea and Dendrobium Victoria-Reginae that came in just over a week ago. Let's see how the roots look like and then mount them. First off, the LAELIA. It was delivered on a terracotta mount, which I don't like because it either dries out too quickly or stays too wet for a longer time. Maybe it will work in a greenhouse, but not when growing in a home environment. The moss around the roots isn't just bad, it's just rotting away, so it'll all have to come off, and then the plant is carefully removed from the mount. There aren't many good roots, but there are some new coming, so when it's cleaned up, it's ready to go in a weak seaweed solution, where it will soak for at least 20 minutes. Next up, the Dendrobium. Although it's in a small pot and in full compressed sphagnum, the roots look really good, so I carefully remove every single piece of moss, trying not to disturb the root ball too much, and then again it's ready for a soak. As a base for the Dendrobium, I'm going to use an untreated tropical hardwood candy bowl in which I drilled some holes to attach a hook and to give more air circulation around the roots. Before I attach the Dendrobium to the wood, I first mount it on a piece of pre-cut fern root. This will keep the roots more humid, and I actually followed this idea used by Fernanda Nascimento from Orchids and Succulents in Portugal. I like it because the fern root holds more water, so it keeps the roots more humid for a longer time. This way the plant can adjust to its new growing situation. On top of the roots, to cover them up, I used a piece of live moss, and then the plant is secured with some cotton twine. Then this base is attached to the hardwood with 2 pieces of thin bonsai wire. Because both the hardwood and the fern root blade are dry, I again give them a soak so the plant can profit from more moisture and higher humidity and get settled. This is a cool to cold growing species, and at the moment we are experiencing a heat wave with temperatures over 30 degrees centigrade and only dropping at night 5 to 6 degrees. Although the plant can take it, it'll only work when the humidity around the plant and roots is high enough. I'm sorry, but this idiot didn't check the recording angle, so everything going on is a bit on the side, but I'll explain how I mounted it. The small LAELIA Lundii is a real crawler. But since we experience dry air at the moment, it's important to keep the roots and the plant a bit more humid, especially after a repot. So I decided to take a small piece of fern root and mount the young plants onto it, just fixing it with some cotton twine. Then the piece of fernwood will be firmly attached to a bonsai dish with a very rough surface that looks like lava rock, and on it the roots will attach quite easily in the future. And here are the plants a few days later, hanging in the outdoor sheltered growing area. The LAELIA Lundii is doing well, and I keep the humidity a bit higher around the plants, making sure the roots don't dry out. I deliberately did not cover the live roots with any moisture retaining media like sphagnum moss, because this species doesn't like it. And in the past I already killed the plant by doing this, because the roots just rotted away. So now I'm just spraying it in the morning and evening to assure it gets enough moisture with our high temperatures. And the Dendrobium Victoria-Reginae, also hanging out in the sheltered outdoor growing area next to my Neophynitia and Dendrobium nobile. Now both new plants are getting sprayed and watered as much as needed, and every time they get a sprinkle of water, it contains my one and only fertilizer, Occurrence Rain Mix. Especially this Dendrobium responded very well to this treatment. Leaves are shining again and the canes are tougher and thickening up. Thanks for joining me, and see you next time for a new, different repot.